How's it going, guys? This is Jacob with H.I.T with another video. Today we'll be doing chest and back. So what we'll be looking at doing is once we get rolling and do our working sets, we'll do a superset of pectoral flies with dumbbells, and then we'll move immediately on to a set of incline bench press. Then we'll take a brief rest. We'll move on to a superset of straight arm lat machine pull downs, followed immediately by a set of close grip palms up pull downs. Take a brief rest, and then we'll do one set of deadlifts, and that'll be what we're looking at for this workout. Each working set will be just one set, and every set will be 6 to 10 reps to failure, except for the incline bench press. That'll be 1 to 3 reps to failure. So what I'm doing right now is I am trying to find a good weight on this cable machine to do these straight arm lat machine pull downs. I went into the gym with a game plan of doing 60 pounds on the stack for the straight arm lat machine pull downs and 120 or 130 for the close grip palms up pull downs, but that was for a different machine. You'll see here in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you that the machine that I usually use is out of order. So I had to improvise and use this cable machine, which is a lot different as far as choosing a weight, because like I said, I was going to do 60 on the lat machine pull downs, the straight arm lat machine pull downs, and what I end up picking on this stack for this machine is 100, and then I believe 150 for the close grip palms up pull downs. And part of the difference is between this machine and the one that's out of order is this machine, the attachment, whenever the cable is in the all the way up top position, it's not as high up as it is on the other machine that's out of order. You could see there when I did the close grip palms up pull downs, I was not quite getting all the way up. So I can go all the way down, but when I go up, I hit a stopping point before I can actually get all the way up. So that was a key difference as well. Just trying to learn the physics of this machine versus the other one. I mean, it's essentially the same, but the cable, the cable attachment not being as high up as on the other machine makes things a little different. So all I had to do was adjust a little bit, and we're doing a voiceover, as you can tell. Same song and dance. The gym, there was music going on in the gym on the radio, so I don't want to get copyrighted. I already been through that once, and luckily they didn't put a strike on my channel. They just said that it wouldn't be able to be monetized, which we're a long way off from that anyway, so it wasn't like it was a big deal. But I don't want it to keep happening, so anytime I go in the gym and there's music playing, I just do a voiceover. So I'm going to walk you over to the machine that's out of order now. So you can see the hook up there on the top. It's quite a bit higher than the one on the other machine. And I don't know if That's the only reason why the weight feels different whenever you're moving the weight or not. But it definitely feels different, and here's what we're looking at, like I was saying earlier, for the working sets when we get to them. But first, what we're going to do is we are going to do a few warm-up sets for the chest. And if you've been watching, this will probably be the 10,000th time that you've heard this, or if you've been somebody who's watched in the past, you'll know that we warm up with our compound exercise. We've got a isolation exercise and a compound exercise in each superset that we do. And so when we do the warm-up, we do the compound exercise for the warm-up. So we'll do, I think I end up doing three warm-up sets maybe. And then once we get done with the warm-up set, we'll move on to a set of pectoral flies, 6 to 10 reps to failure with 60-pound dumbbell in each hand. And then follow it up immediately by a set of incline bench press, 1 to 3 reps to failure with 155 pounds total. So just give you guys a refresher on diet as well. We went from eating in a calorie deficit to a calorie surplus, so we should be seeing some gains as far as an increase in weight or an increase in reps on the workouts that we're doing. Each workout we should see progression. Because we're giving our body enough fuel for muscle growth rather than eating in a deficit and kind of not really starving the body, but eating below a daily maintenance level of calories. Obviously you'll lose fat that way and lose some muscle. So I didn't look to make many gains there as far as increasing weight or reps. But now, since we've been eating in the surplus and doing this high intensity training, we should definitely continue to see gains. So here we go with the second warm-up set. I believe I've got 115 on there now. And usually do 3 warm-up sets for the most part. And it's just to get the blood flowing, get the muscles loosened up, and get the mind right for the workout. These aren't working sets at all. Really interested to see in these coming months, eating in a surplus, what that's going to do as far as increasing weight in the workouts and increasing reps. It's going to be interesting to see how the physique changes. We're really kind of getting into the meat and potatoes of the program now, because at first we cut down pretty good. If you go back to my first video where I did somewhat of a physique check, or maybe it wasn't the first video, but anyhow, in the first week we started the channel, you'll notice that we went from, I was around 217 to 220, and at our peak, which was about week 6 into the cut, I was down to 190 thereabouts. And so we cut a lot of fat in about a 2 to 2.5 month period, which, if you're looking to cut down and not lose a bunch of muscle, that probably wasn't the healthiest option. But wanted to cut down and see what cut the fat off and see what physique looked like without as much fat as that I had. It's kind of a learning experience to see what was actually required to lose weight. So just been learning through this whole process. So we did that, and then now that we're starting to eat in the surplus, we should start seeing a gain in weight or reps in each workout, and see an increase in fat on the body, but should start seeing an increase in muscle mass. And I don't know how quickly it's going to happen, but I remember reading from the book High Intensity Training to Mike Menserway that Mike says 5-pound increase in a year is that's something to write home about. As far as muscle mass goes, you could potentially gain 25 pounds of muscle mass in 5 years, which is, according to him, quite a bit of muscle mass. So just really interested to see how quick the muscle mass is gained and what's required to do it. So we did our warm-up sets of the incline bench press. We're going to move on now to the working set of the pectoral flies. Everything's controlled throughout. Trying to find the right elbow angle. I know I've been criticized in videos before about my elbow angle, and how when I was doing pectoral flies, they were more like presses than they were flies. So since then, I've been trying to focus on my technique. But everything's controlled throughout. You could argue that maybe I could go a little slower on the way down or the way up, but the idea is you want to start out from a pre-stretched position and get to the fully contracted position on each exercise for 1, and for 2, if it's controlled throughout throughout the rep, then you're putting your muscles to work, and there's no momentum involved. Then your muscle's not acting like a rubber band, if that makes any sense. It's all strength, or using your muscles. So, and going to positive failure, which we just did there with the flies. Going to failure is the single most important factor in this training. And as you can see, I'm having trouble adjusting my stand here, which is highly unproductive when you're talking about doing a superset. You want to go right from the, finishing up the pectoral flies to the incline bench press. But here we get 1 rep up, 2 reps up, 3 reps. I'll try for a 4th, but doesn't happen. Yep, this up wasn't going to happen. So, just a little bit of information. Let's see. When we were in the calorie deficit, we were doing the 155 on the incline bench press, and for every chest and back workout until we started eating in a surplus, we were getting 1 rep on the 155 each time. So we weren't making any gain on the incline bench press, but we weren't losing anything. So we were maintaining. Since eating in a surplus, the last chest and back workout, we went from 155 for 1 to 155 for 2, and in this video we went to 155 for 3. So we're slowly making progression, and what this means is, since we reached 3 reps on the incline bench press, we want to do 1 to 3 reps max, but we want to go to failure. So if we would have had 4 in the tank, we would have got 4. But anytime you reach the high end of the rep range that you're going for, which in this case is 3, and we got it, then we want to increase the weight on the next chest and back exercise training. So we'll probably increase it by 5 or 10 pounds. So we might do 160 or 165 for the next chest and back. And we should be able to get at least 1 rep, because that's how you make your progression. You, let's see, you do the superset. You take the muscle to a point of at least positive failure, and that you give your body enough rest, and that forces the body to replenish its reserves that you used up first, and then it can build or overcompensate in the form of muscle growth to prepare for the next assault, I guess you could say, in your next training, is the idea. So you're forcing your body to adapt and prepare for the next training. If you're meeting your nutritional needs and giving your body enough time to recover. And if you're not overtraining, and if you're taking each set to at least positive failure. So here we go with the straight arm lat machine pull downs. Ideally, if we were using the other machine, the attachment would be up over our heads, which is just right there about eye level on this machine, which will suffice. But we'd start in the furthest up position and bring it under control, straight arm down to the thighs. Try to keep the biceps out of play. Try to just focus on using the lats controlled throughout. And I noticed with this exercise, the triceps get pretty sore, or not sore, but I can feel the triceps working, seems like, and also the core, the abs seem to come into play quite a bit with this exercise. You want to try to squeeze every ounce of strength out of your lats that you have. And then once you get done, this is again a superset. Change the weight to whatever you're going to do for the close grip palms up pull downs, and move immediately onto them. And I use these wrist straps in both exercises, so I don't have to worry about my grip failure, because potentially the grip would go before the lats, and the wrist straps prevent stopping because of the grip, because you can just focus on the rep using the lats rather than the grip. So just controlled throughout. This brings the biceps into play. So the idea with the superset, just like with the incline bench press, once you get to the compound exercise of the superset, now our biceps come into play here to help out, to take it on, to take the set on to a point of failure, which probably wouldn't be possible without the use of additional body parts, because when we did the straight arm lat machine pull downs, we were just focusing on the lats there, and this also does, but the biceps come into play as well and tremendously help it out to carry the lats on, like I said, to a point of failure that likely wouldn't be possible without the use of other muscle groups. And same thing with the incline bench press. You use the pectoral flies to isolate the pecs, and then once you get onto the incline bench press, the shoulders come into play and the triceps. And just like with every other set that we do, we're taking this to a point of at least positive failure. So if you're going for a 6 to 10 rep range, if you've got 11 or 12 or 13, go on past 10 and get as many reps as you possibly can. Go to failure, especially when you're first starting out, because when you're first starting out, it's really hard to pick a weight that you know you can do, because you're just starting out. So it takes a little while, it takes a little homework, takes a little time. Might take 2 or 3 workouts to figure out where you actually need to be. But once you do, then things start falling into place a little more. And this is my, I guess, 3rd month, going on 4th month of doing this training, and I'm still learning things along the way. And a lot of that probably has to do with the fact that I change settings every 28 days. So for 28 days, I'm home and I can use the gym, use certain equipment, and then whenever I'm on the boat, I have certain equipment I have to use there, so I have to choose different weights, because of the difference in exercises and the equipment available to me. And that's where it's handy to have a notepad to track your workouts, so that you know, for me, I can pick back up 28 days from when I was last on the boat to when I get back on the boat. I can use that notepad to tell me where I should pick back up, because I don't have access to the same equipment as the gym, so I have to go back and find out what I was doing on the boat before. But even if you're not doing that, you should still use a notepad.
Can you put that in?
Yeah, low heat. Alright, so I was just moving the bench out of the way there, but trying to get a good camera angle for this last set. We're going to do a deadlift. to finish up the workout. So just a little bit of groundwork before the deadlift. Couple key things you want to keep in mind. Keep your back flat throughout the movement. When you start going into the up portion of the movement or the positive portion of the movement, always start with the bar rolled against the shins, and make sure that the shoulders are higher than the knees. And I like to use an over and under grip, so typically I'll do my right hand overhand grip, left hand underhand grip, and I'm using a belt here and also wrist straps, so I don't have to worry about my grip giving out before my the back side of my body. And really the target muscle group with these deadlifts is the entire back side of the body. So the back, the way Mike explains it in the book High Intensity Training, the Mike Mentzer way, everything from the Achilles all the way to the nape of the neck on the back side of the body is worked through the deadlift. Very effective for building strength. So when we get set up here, we're going to go for 6 to 10 reps to failure. And another thing to note is that last time I did deadlift, I hit 265 for 10 reps, I believe. So we increased the weight this time to 285. Yeah, 285, and I believe I get 6 reps here. But here we go with the deadlift. So controlled on the way up, controlled on the way down, hold for a second or two on the way up. There's no reason to rock way back when you get into the fully upright position. Just make sure you're fully upright. And the time between reps for all of these workouts, mainly just make sure you're taking just enough time that you can complete the next rep and not rush into it, but don't take too much time. Yeah, I think I'm about done there. I believe I got 6 reps on that one. So next chest and back workout we'll do, let's see, we'll do the 285, and then we should see an increase in reps. And another thing, we're going to stop doing hamstring curls on the legs and abs day, because with the deadlifts that works the hamstrings, and I don't want to overwork them. And Mike Mentzer recommends this in the book High Intensity Training, the Mike Mentzer way, that for the first several months you shouldn't even do hamstring curls with the hamstring curl machine, because the deadlift works the hamstrings and you don't want to overtrain, So wait several months to do them, which I haven't been, because it's kind of difficult not to do an exercise when you feel like you should be doing it. But that's the whole thing about these workouts, to do the precise amount of work, not less, not more, but the precise amount. And so here I just kind of wanted to, for myself, for my own sake, to see how it's coming along as far as physique goes, which I'm not mad about it. Obviously, a little more fat, especially down there on the lower back and on the hips, but I think we're making some progress and we'll get better over time. But this video is about to wrap up, so I only got so much time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you guys are doing well. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll get to you. Thank you.